Did everybody hear that?
Yes.
The difference between your red, white, and blue card versus being on an Advantage plan. Now, when we talk about all of these, we're talking about Medicare. And Medicare is offered for two groups. Do you guys remember what two groups get it?
65, senior 65.
65 and older, and disabled. Right. So if you are 65 and older and have disability, you can qualify for the red, white, and blue, or you can choose to take your red, white, and blue and convert it to an Advantage plan. Here you have an 80-20 split, and over here you have 100%. Okay? Now, what do you mean 80-20? There's a percentage you're going to have to pay if you only stay with anybody's just Medicare right now? Just have Medicare. Don't have straight Medicare? Okay. Why did you choose just to have straight Medicare, if I can ask?
I didn't choose it. I got it from my job.
Oh, your job said just straight Medicare. Anybody else have just straight Medicare? Okay. The benefit of straight Medicare is what some people like, freedom. Right? Freedom means you get to go anywhere. Right? Anywhere that accepts it. So you have the freedom to go. But remember, you pay to play. If you want a freedom has a price tag.
Amen.
And it's called your 20%, you know? You may get that 20% reduced based on certain factors, but overall it's about 20%. Now, if you want to keep all your coins, then you sign up with an Advantage plan. And the difference is, like this young lady said, I'm sorry, your name? Name?
Dortel.
Mr. Tao said, you get your doctor visit, and you get your hospital, but your medications, you still have to maybe sign up for a plan to pay for that. Yes?
Yeah, like I have VA Champ,
Me too.
Yes.
and they pay. I don't have to pay for no drugs.
That's our
Right.
supplemental.
That's called a
That's our
supplemental.
That's our supplemental.
So, straight Medicare gives you the freedom to go anywhere you want to go, but you're going to pay if it's not doctor or hospital. So you get what is called a supplemental to pay for some of the other things, right?
It's a charge.
No,
No, you just have to pay. There's a monthly
that 170
that
they
you have to
take
pay.
out.
They take out something for that. Now over here on the Advantage side, you will get you'll get doctor, hospital, but you also are going to get eye. You're going to get dental.
Prescription.
You're going to get your prescriptions paid for, right? But there's a catch.
I gotta go to their doctor.
You don't get the same freedom.
Yeah.
That's a no-no over here on the Advantage side. You have to play by what we talked about, the rules.
And the network.
You gotta play by the rules. Rules must be in network. So you may have gone to Bascom Palmer or your cardiologist for the past 20 years. But if they're not in the network,
Right.
forget it. As if you're in the Advantage plan. So that's why I said, don't marry an Advantage plan. Shop around. Okay? Shop around. Mom said, Mama told me you better shop around. This is the time, y'all, to shop around. Okay? Because, yes, ma'am.
Because anything.
Oh, look, I woke up this morning. I think I should go get my eyes checked. And just go. Not on the Advantage plan. On the Advantage plan, you have to get what is called an authorization. It has to be authorized. And we talked about the difference between referrals a referral versus an authorization. And people use them like they're the same thing. They are not.
I have the
Yes.
same problem with the referral and the authorization. When I went to do my mammogram
Yes,
and bone density,
yes.
is when I finish doing it and come home, I get the referral from the doctor.
Okay, but guess what? The facilities usually don't care about the referral. You know why?
Never get none either.
They care about the authorization. Because you know what the authorization is?
Okay.
It's the agreement that they will pay. This is from your insurance, and they're saying, we will pay.
Yes.
Without the authorization, whoever you go to won't get paid. So many times they don't care that the doctor said, please get your eyes checked. Here's a prescription, go get your eyes checked. You can give it to them and they'll say, where's the authorization? Because they know a prescription right? A prescription is not an authorization. And you really got to get those words down. Authorizations come from the insurance. Referral comes from a provider.
So then why do you need a referral?
Because even though the referral in many ways is
Just what the doctor.
what the doctor ordered. So without a referral, the insurance company doesn't know what to authorize. It's like going to the restaurant and standing there and sitting at your table waiting for food, but you ain't ordered no food. You have to tell your waitress or waiter what you want to eat. So the prescription or the referral is your doctor telling the insurance company what to pay for. Without directions, there can be no authorization. And sometimes it can just be verbal. But here's the thing about a referral. 2 words that they don't tell you, but you need to know this. Because you'll be like, why can't you just give me a referral? Right? Why don't you just give me a referral? Why I gotta wait? 2 things. A thing called, I'll write it up here, CPT. Anybody heard that word? CPT stands for procedure. Okay? Which is an office visit or a test, right? Whereas the next word you need to know is called ICD, which is diagnosis. So, a referral or a prescription must have diagnosis and procedure. What do I mean by that? Say you have high blood pressure. High blood pressure is the diagnosis, I-10. Okay? And I want you to see a doctor, a cardiologist, a heart doctor about your high blood pressure. Well, he won't see you or she won't see you without the CPT, because the CPT, again, is linked to the money shot. Okay, this is where the money shot comes from, the CPT. So if you haven't seen a cardiologist before, that visit is going to be a code called 99204. That's the CPT code. But you also have to have the diagnosis. It's like, well, how would I know all that? You don't. And you're not required to. But your piece of paper better have it on it.
Yeah. Yes.
Right? Anybody ever had it? It better have it. Yes.
Okay, I just got a prescription. It has the diagnosis and it has what tests I need to do.
Yes.
And I took it over to Memorial, but I'm a new patient and they won't see me until for the specific test, neurology. Anyway, that's with the nurse. They won't see me until January. Now I got a catch-22, and the catch-22 is I'm changing plans.
Okay.
So they're not gonna even, entertain that prescription.
Right.
Because, this is gonna be.
The
beginning of the new year.
mid-2023.
So now I have to call them back, and then they're gonna have to get the.
New
approval.
referral.
They're
Yep.
gonna get the new authorization.
Correct.
No, the referral will probably still be in there, but now they have to go to a new insurance to get the authorization.
Correct.
So they're not doing anything.
No, so it's useless.
Yeah.
Because it's not, and I'll tell you right now, this is the end of October. From now until January, many providers, specialists are booked.
Yes, yes.
It's like trying to find that needle in the haystack because the number of providers have diminished and the needs are high and really it's booked. I called for a cardiologist and they have this patient all the way for January to see a cardiologist. Just got out the hospital. Don't matter. Our next opening is not until January.
They're not seeing any new patients.
Then
If
no
you got-
new
if-
patients.
If you've been there.
Yes.
They can, pencil you in.
And pencil you in.
Yeah.
Now, let's go on to why can they pencil you in and why won't they accept new patients? Anybody? Why won't, at this time when it's crunch, why is that?
Because you can possibly change insurance.
A little bit about this, and it's what I'm talking to you today about called expectations.
They want show money.
I want you to manage your expectations in the new year
Make sure they
because
get the
things
money.
have changed. Anybody want to talk about how things have changed from when you used to go to the doctor? Anybody know? Remember when you used to go to your doctor and you sit down there for 45 minutes, an hour, and you tell them about all your problems or just have a little conversation? You remember that?
Yeah.
And then, or you call up and say, hey, I need a refill of my medication and I need to talk to the doctor, and they'd go get the doctor and you talk to the doctor on the phone. He's laughing. Yeah, it's funny, right? It's funny. Why are you laughing? Tell me why you think it's funny.
Because it's far from true.
True in what? In 2022. Things have changed.
They got too many patients.
There's too many patients and what?
They don't specialize in anything anymore.
Well, there's lots of specialists for sure.
I'm at my primary doctor, he sends me out for everything else, anything else.
Why do you think your primary care is sending you out?
I don't know.
Not that we're not trained. I'm a primary care doctor. I know 98.9% of everything.
Give everybody a piece of pie.
Back in the days, my primary doctor used to do my pap smear and everything
Yes.
right in the office.
Right.
Now,
Yes,
Right.
of course.
Right.
Dr. Powell still do it.
I do PAPs. I used to deliver babies. Okay? I was trained to do everything. I fixed backs, I adjusted necks, I do joint injections, hair, I treated pimples, I opened abscesses. I mean,
Podiatry, everything.
I said everybody has to get a piece of the pie.
she says that.
Don't send over here.
And so let's talk about this. So the reason why things have changed, so you're saying that things have changed because one, don't care. Who don't care? Who doesn't care anymore? Insurance? Doctors?
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. What do they care about? Money. Okay, but so they care about money. Okay. Is it important to care about money?
Yes, but not at the risk of our health.
Okay. So we've got a discrepancy. It's important to care about money, but not when it comes to my health.
Exactly. Exactly.
I gotta put this in red.
Yes.
Okay. So money, but not when it's my health.
Exactly.
Okay, what does that mean?
So who gonna pay for our stuff?
Good question. So who gonna pay for your health?
Government.
The government?
They're taking money out of our Social Security, money that we paid into this here.
Okay. All right. So this is a good point, and I'm gonna take the mask off
Okay.
and reveal the dirty secrets.
Okay.
Okay. So
Talk to me, Barry.
okay, and it's gonna be revealing.
You
This one
wouldn't
gotta
wanna
go
be
black
green now.
because I want to be the black. When it comes to money, I want to be the black.
Okay.
Okay, not the red. All right, so I heard somebody say every month you put money
Social Security.
into where did you put money?
Social Security, which
Yeah,
is
Social Security.
In Medicare and Social Security. When did you do this?
when we first started working.
So when you started working,
Let dry it up.
how many years
Oh my Lord.
how many people? 20 years? 30 years? How many years?
43.
40. About
43.
Oh,
43.
all right. Gonna need a calculator. So we're gonna use 40. So for 40 years, you put in.
How much?
How much did you take out every paycheck? Do you remember anybody? Remember?
I remember.
About $100?
Yeah, they say I
No,
know that.
I don't think it was.
$200?
I think it was like, it was a percentage of what you made. It was a percentage of what you made.
So let's say 100 or big spenders. They took out $200. All right. So for 40 years, they took out $200. So tell me, what's that come out to?
What, 80,000 or something?
800,000.
Yeah.
$80,000.
80,000.
80,000, right?
That's not enough for one ER visit.
Okay. Where are we getting there, friend?
I'm sorry.
So for 40 years, they took $200 out of your paycheck.
Yeah.
Every month.
So by the time you had worked 40 years, you had put into the system $80,000.
Plus interest.
Okay? Let's put another $20,000 for interest over that time period. So $100,000 you now put in the piggy bank. That's your health bank. This is your health bank. So everyone in this room has $100,000 in the health bank.
Okay.
I see
Now.
where you going.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pick up my red pen. Now, if at 65 when you retired, you healthy. You do your exercise, you walk, eat your greens and your vegetables, so you only go to the doctor once a year.
That's it.
One time. And you get your labs and you get your blood work once a year.
Now you're good.
And you're good. So, the average visit for labs, blood work, EKG, just a real nice maintenance, $300, right? No chest x-ray, no stress test, no ultrasound, no chest x-ray, no just basic blood work, physical exam, $300, right? So, this was 65.
Now I see what it was.
This was 65. So, average man, woman, 80, 85 now. That's your lifespan. So you're looking at how many years now? So another 20 to 30 years. Let's call it 20. But you're healthy, so 25 more years. So for 25 years now, in addition, you're going to go to the doctor once a year and spend $300. Forget inflation.
How much for the mammograms? 'Cause
Oh,
that's your-
mammograms can range from free. Right now, there's a lot of facilities doing free mammograms to $300.
Oh, that's all?
Or an MRI, because some people like the more sophisticated test, which can be $1,200. But if you go for the cheapy free, $60, right? Only up till 75. But let's stick to $300. What? Somebody give me the numbers.
75,000.
75,000.
75 or 70?
That's 7,500.
75. No, that's it.
Just use a phone
For
calculator.
25 years.
25 years times 300.
75.
Yeah. So for the next 25 years, you're gonna go to the doctor one time.
75.
That's what I said.
75,000.
That's what I said.
I said 75,000.
75,000
7,000?
or 7,000.
It says.
Okay, 7,500.
7,500.
Okay.
Cause you see the 2 zeros, so you know it's 100.
25.
Okay. So that leaves us with how much money in your spending account?
You have, 96.5.
92.5.
Okay. Now, do you want any glasses?
Yes.
That's another.
Do you want any dental work?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's inexpensive. Some dental exam,
Yeah,
another.
no, dentures, we'll
25,
eat
well,
that up.
So dentures is how much? What's the average cost on some dentures nowadays?
30,000 to 50,000.
They're healthy, remember, they don't need dentures. You're healthy, you don't need dentures. This is minimal, yeah. You just get annual cleanings.
So we're gonna take away $1,200 for your dentures.
This is the ideally healthy person.
This is the healthy one.
Okay.
Yeah, so imagine.
Okay. So we got a nice spending account for my healthy person.
Okay.
They don't take one pill. They don't do vitamins. Because vitamins is gonna be like $50 a month. So they don't even do vitamins. They just work out, eat right, exercise. That's about $91,000 that you're donating. Okay? This is the healthy person.
Yeah, you taking out your piggy bank. Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is the healthy person. This is how much no medication, one doctor visit a year, no specialist ever, except for your eye exam and your dental cleaning. Now, let's do the story for an average healthy person. Okay, the average person, a little high blood pressure, a little diabetes, 1 or 2 medications, not a lot. 1 or 2 ER visit, you might have fallen, got a knee sprain or something like that, right? Anybody not been to the ER in the past 10 years? Been to the ER one time
Can you say it one time,
in
please?
10 years. 5 out of 30. So, the average healthy person, 1 ER visit. What do you think 1 ER visit averages?
$1,000.
Easy. That is, I walked in, said hi, and left. Okay? Now, what if your chest was hurting and you thought you're having a heart attack? Because now you're over 65 and you're thinking, all these nuts and bolts and start loosening a little. I'm not sure what may be going on. So you just get a little twinge, you're not certain if it's indigestion, and you don't want it to have to be a heart attack. So you go to the ER for a possible MI. What do you think you're going to come out with? Minimum $5,000. And these aren't exact numbers. And this is only for a 23-hour, what we call observation. That means they keep you in the ER, in a cot, and they watch you. But the average person who actually have an MI, they're going to be admitted. And right, and it's how many days? About 3 days.
3 days.
So you're in for 3 days.
That's 15.
No, what's the real number? Anybody know the real number?
No, because it's not just the days, it's the medication.
It's what they do to
$30,000
you.
to $50,000.
Exactly.
So let's go conservative, 30,000. Now, yeah.
Now, if you have a procedure.
Ooh. Well, it was just an MI, but they weren't there and they weren't sure if you were blocked. They say, you may need a cardiac catheterization. We may have to look in that blood vessel. And then that turns into what? How much more?
75 to
Another 20?
30? Okay, go ahead.
So we're gonna be, we're at the cheapy hospital, the government hospital, okay? So now we're at a hospital visit for 50,000, okay? Where's our money cow? Okay, our money cow. So we had 92,000 after a once-a-year office visit, but we only went one time because we were having chest pain, and they worked us up for 3 days and spent $50,000. So now, how much money we have left? $41,000 in our piggy bank. But now that you've had a heart attack,
That's gone.
what do you have to do almost every 6 months?
Go to
Visit
the
the cardiologist.
cardiologist.
You're seeing your cardiologist now. Now, I hate to say it, I should have been a cardiologist because you know they only pay PCPs like $40. The cardiologist, anybody ever been to a cardiologist, seen how much they get paid?
I went there for simply blood pressure, because my blood pressure was high. Every time I go, I had to pay $50
Copay.
copay.
That's a copay. All right? So I guarantee you, this is at least $200. And you haven't done your stress test yet. That you're going to do at least once a year
Once a year.
because you had an MI. So now for the rest of your life, for the next 25 years, twice a year, you're going to be spending, say, $400. So what we have now? What's our number? Where are we at?
35. No?
400 times 25? I need somebody to keep their calculator out for me.
100.
That's 100.
100.
That's 1,000.
That's $1,000
No.
400
times 25.
times.
No.
Oh, no,
400
That's
times
a
25.
10,000.
10,000.
So you're going to now spend $10,000. So now
We
your
only
money
have
is
31.
31. So this is how much you got left from your reserves.
You didn't take out the 50,000 for the ER and stuff.
Oh, yeah, we didn't
You're
take
in the
that.
negative now.
Oops. No, we had 91 because we were healthy, but then all of a sudden we had an MI, we took out 50 and came out to 41.
Okay.
And now, every year, we're gonna go to the cardiologist and spend $10,000 for the next 25 years, only twice a year. There are people who have to go every 3 months. And so now you're left with 31,000. Praise God, Holy Jesus, we hope that you never have to have another MI. Okay? Or a stroke. And if you decide to do cardiac rehab, anybody ever work cardiac rehab?
Yep.
Get yourself strengthened again, where you have to do cardiac rehab, where you have to go every single week. That bill turns out to, you can just add another $50,000 for your cardiac
Now you're
rehab.
in the hole.
You gotta do the eye and dental and the prescriptions.
Now, oh, did you get any medications because you had an MI?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, every month you're now spending, what are you spending for your MI?
300 to 400.
Anti-platelet medication, so you don't clot. You're going to have anti-cholesterol medication. You're going to get a blood pressure medicine to control. So now you're up from no drugs to 3, at least, plus your baby aspirin, which is free. Okay? So now your budget has to be doubled from 0 to maybe $200 a month on your meds. Okay? And other things, you know? So, everybody get the point?
Yes.
And we didn't include diabetes yet. No insulin, no needles,
No major surgery.
endocrinologist,
Mm-hmm.
vascular. Oftentimes with heart comes vascular disorders, which means you have to work and look at those veins, and you have to open up the veins and support stockings and podiatry. Point is, well, we consider this to be a lot of money. I'm going to go real on you. I'm going to tell you what my hospital bill is, and don't tell nobody. I had cancer. Don't get cancer.
Okay.
I mean, if you have a choice, but when you don't have choices, I haven't finished calculating yet. But just chemo, 1 month in chemo was over $14,000. One times 9 months. You see the numbers?
Yeah.
Then radiation, which was about $8,000 per month, 2
Jeez.
months. Then surgery, which was over $100,000.
Yep.
I am $1 million baby standing right here, guys. I'm $1 million baby. So when I wake up in the morning, you ask me, How you wake up so energized? Cause I'm $1 million baby. I'm alive for what I spent on me. Okay? But I'm giving you this information because healthcare is not free in America. Everything costs something in America. Because of that, unfortunately, we run into a problem with this $100,000 donation. I say a donation that you made every month. Because while your money's in that pocket, there's a group of populations that have not put in. And they're still getting it. Or they've put in, but they had a heart attack, they had a stroke, they were in the ICU, they end up in rehab, they went back 6 months later, they had another MI, they had to go to rehab, and their bill is over $100,000. I mean, I'm sorry, over $1 million. And now, but they only put in 100. Yes.
But at the same time, you have a lot of people who put into the system and die before they put into
Amen. Amen.
Yeah, before that, but one of the things, and this is not me making this up, more money is spent in the last 3 weeks of your life, if you are hospitalized, than your entire existence. 3 weeks. If you end up in the unit. It's almost a $20,000 day. Yes.
Okay, for example, what happened here, okay, you put, over the years, you invested like $100,000 or whatever.
You took this money.
Yeah, and then, but then like you said, you have cancer, you have
Yeah,
whatever. you have
something-
whatever. And it just, you know.
It's gone.
It's draining. So what, does it ever come to a point where they say, okay, she's used up all her money? And so now these referrals, we got to kind of be careful whether we giving referrals or what. Does it come to that point where they start looking at the times you have withdrawn from your?
Your deposit?
Yes.
Unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, no.
Yeah.
Because once you reach 65, there's a contract that you will be covered because you put in. The contract isn't written, whatever you put in, we're going to pay up until there's nothing left from what you put in.
Okay.
A lot of people get to withdraw more than they put in. One day I want you to really go back through your hospital bills for the past 5 years. And I want you to calculate whether you are in the negative or in the black.
I'm with you, I'm in the negative.
Okay?
I'm in the
That's why they
negative,
have
long
these
time ago,
centers.
before I
That's why
turned
they have these
65.
centers, so they're encouraging us to exercise. and to be
Yes,
healthy. So
it's cheaper to be healthy.
Yes, so we don't have to go.
Of course, there are lots of things that you have no control over,
Yes.
but it's way cheaper to be healthy. But I want the mindset to be clear because this is a dirty secret we don't talk about. We say, well, I worked my whole life. I put money in every single paycheck, so I don't know why you won't give me my referral. Oh, I don't know why, it's a big deal to pay for my bills. Well, yes, you did. But calculate how much you really put in and how much are you taking out. And let's be real. If this was your friend and they deposited X number of dollars, but every month they take out more than they deposited, you might have some problems in that relationship. People can't put more withdrawals than deposit in your relationship. Yes.
When I was growing up, I do recall people going to the hospital and don't pay nothing.
Yeah.
And now I notice, I don't know what they're doing now because I'm grown, so I don't hear too much.
Yeah.
But I do recall people owing a lot of money in medicine.
Yes.
And now I don't know what's happening.
It's the same things. A lot is still going on. Our country, unfortunately, because we don't have a free healthcare system here. Yes, other countries have it, but there's a price to be paid. And I started my talk. There are rules you have to go by if you want to get the 100% paid for. When you don't want the 100% paid for, there's a price to pay for it. And in many countries, they have to wait for appointments. The government tells you exactly what they will pay for and what they won't pay for. And anything they won't pay for, you're going to have to pay yourself if you want it. And so in our country called America, we have the Great Republic, and we say freedom. And so we don't have a free healthcare system. So we do have people who go to the emergency room or a hospital, they don't have insurance, and that is not paid. But somebody always pays. There's always a payment somewhere.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do millionaires sometimes donate to the healthcare?
Lots of people do. There are lots of.
But they're not required to, as if they feel like it.
Yeah. It's altruism. But I'm giving you hard numbers today. The concept that because I worked and put money into a system, then I should have unlimited withdrawals.
It's messed up.
It's not reality. And so in order for the budget to somehow get kind of balanced, the government has developed this system called managed care. I think it's a failed experiment, but managed care, where they have people watch that there's no what we call duplication of services. So you don't go to Dr. John, he does a chest x-ray. You go to Dr. Phillips, he does a chest x-ray. You go to the ER, they do a chest x-ray. And in less than 3 months, you've had 3 chest x-ray. Duplication of services. And that's why they have your PCP authorized. Is it medically necessary? You draw blood with your PCP. They check your cholesterol. You go to the cardiologist, they draw it, and cholesterol again. Why are you doing cholesterol in less than 1 month twice?
But you know, because of the money. Okay, because, okay, my oncologist, like you said, sometimes you just want, my thing is that I want to be able to go see a doctor anytime I want to. If
Yes.
I feel something, or if I think I feel something, or
PPO.
whatever, I want to, go see a doctor. So, but then they say, well, you just was here 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And I say, but recently I just felt something, or whatever. So do they allow me to come and do the same exam again with the PPO?
PPO, you go wherever you want. You wake up in the morning and you feel like going to see a doctor, you call and make an appointment.
That's it.
Because you've already paid to play. You're willing to pay the extra copay. You're willing to pay the extra money for freedom. But if you're on a budget and you wake up in the morning and you say, I feel something, you better schedule an appointment with the PCP. They examine you and they find out, is it medically necessary? Is it gas, indigestion? You didn't eat, or is it truly angina? Is it truly a heart condition? And once they evaluate, I think this may be a heart condition, let me refer her to see the cardiologist.
So that 170/10 every month, that they be taking it every month, 170, is it 170/10?
Yeah, but think about it. If your doctor's visit is $200 and they take 170 and we don't include meds, that's not even including the medication.
It doesn't diagnose.
Yes.
Question, some of the Advantage plans tell you that they can give you back
That 170.
that 170.
Yes.
Is that because they looking to make more money off of you than
No,
than
no,
that
it's
170 a month?
incentive. They want you. Now, how Advantage plans work? Shh, don't tell nobody. Okay, this is just me trying to take the mask away, because I think transparency is important. You need to know that you're putting in more and you're gonna take out more than you put in by the time you get to end of life, because rehab is expensive, ICU is expensive, ER is expensive. So if you're going with the premise and you know you're spending more than you put in, you chill, okay? Here's the dirty truth on Advantages. How it works. The federal government, right, gets the Medicare dollars because they've been collecting it all your life while you worked. Now, the feds give that money to an insurance. Not all of it. They give them, say they give them $2,000 per person for the month. This money here, the insurance company called, let's say, Humana Solis Health Sun, they then give what we call a capitated amount to the PCP to take care of you.
Yeah.
okay? So out of this 2,000, the insurance may take 30% for management. And then give the PCP 10%. That's the $150 to take care of you for the month. And the rest of the money is to take care of any specialist visit, x-rays, or anything that you need for the month. That's how it works. Fed give the insurance some money. The money, the insurance take out their maintenance fee, and then they give it to the doctor, the little 10%,
The one that do all the work.
the one that does all the work. And then the remainder of the money pays for your prescriptions and your doctor visit and any testing that you have. And that gets done every single month. So every month, your insurance get a specific amount of money from the government for you. And that money, some of it, goes to the insurance company. And then some of it, little bit, goes to the doctor to take care of you.
So they can afford to give us back.
Yes.
premium.
So what they're doing is saying, out of this
2,000.
30% that we take,
We're gonna give you back.
we're gonna give you the $170.
Next year.
How do we know if we have it together?
How do you know
How
what?
are we aware, how do we find out if we are aware? I mean, if we are able, you know.
That's your provider.
You know, you ask your
Ask your
insurance,
provider.
because the doctors don't have anything to do with the money that your insurance gives. We just take what they give us. Okay, I'll take your $150. No, you have to talk to the plans. Some plans will give $150, some plans will give $170, some plans will give $150 plus an over-the-counter card.
Yeah.
So, like I said, shop around and get the most you can, knowing that they're getting money from the federal government to take care of you. Yes.
This is a medical question. As we get older, why is it that some people, when you go to the doctor, can't find no more blood?
Oh, the vascular system, the blood. The question is, why is it that it's difficult to draw blood as you get older on some people? Think of it as a highway that you travel on all day. You got 100,000 people traveling down the highway, and they've been traveling down the same highway for the past 50 years. What happens to the road?
Start breaking down.
You got potholes, they got side of the road that's all messed up. And so those are your blood vessels. Your blood vessels is the highway of your body. And over the years, when it gets messed up from high cholesterol, scar tissue, because maybe you were in the hospital a long time and a lot of sticks called scarring. Scarring is another word for the road got bent up and messed up. So it gets harder to get into those blood vessels, because not that just they're older, but there's scarring. There is what we call loss of elasticity. It gets stiffer, and so it's harder for blood to pass through it, and so it becomes harder to withdraw blood out of it. Yeah, it's part of the process. And so what we, yes sir?
PPO,
Yes,
HMO,
freedom,
HMO,
HMO rules.
too many rules.
Well, that's an
I'm
HMO.
going back to PPO,
Exactly.
that I've
Okay.
been for 18 years, and I never paid a dime for
Right.
nothing. No
Right.
medication,
Right.
no doctor's visit, no
Right.
specialist,
Nothing.
nothing.
Well, the good news, you're in America and you get to choose.
That's right.
Right.
You get to choose. Now, in other countries, they're gonna say this is the health insurance of
The
this
country.
If you want anything else,
And that's what they're
That's
trying
out
to
of
do
your
now in
pocket.
this country. They're trying to do that. Where
you
they're
can
gonna
see
have
why
like-
it's only $100,000.
They wanna make everything one.
It would actually be helpful.
I don't know about that, 'cause they wanna control your money, everything.
Well, not the money.
Yeah, they do.
But here's how you look at
You
it.
gotta
Remember,
save
you
your
guys
money.
want this. Ideally, you said, I don't want to have to pay for my health care.
So they ain't got no
I
choice.
don't want this $100,000 taken out of my paycheck. That's called free. And you give them the money
Able to say that.
and leave the government out of it. Yeah.
Some people don't pay as much into it, and they wind up with Medicaid, and they have better health insurance than people that pay $100,000.
My next story is on Medicaid. Don't get too happy with Medicaid. Medicaid is called aid. Aid.
Yeah.
And the reason you're getting aid is because you are in the poverty level.
Right,
You are poor.
right.
You are barely surviving with food, clothing, and shelter, the basic necessities of life. So you're 65, you're getting your Medicare, but you can't even buy the medications or the walker or the support stockings or, shampoo or the things that you need, and you're in the poverty level. And so Medicaid is what we call your supplemental.
But then,
So you have both?
but then,
Yeah,
okay,
you
like
have
some,
both.
But you have to be poverty.
I
Yeah,
got a
we in
phone call
poverty
said,
level.
well, did you get $350? I said, from where? And they said, well, in your, we just stamped. I said, well, I don't get stamped. But, so is that a part of Medicaid? Cause so many,
Always remember, when we're looking on the other side of the grass, on the other fence, and it's green, always remember why it exists.
why is it green?
If someone says they have Medicaid, it's code. That means I'm in the poverty level in some way in my life. In some way. Okay? And just because they have food stamps, there's a reason people have food stamps.
Yes. 'Cause they need the
There's a
aid.
reason. Because they need the aid.
They need the aid.
There's a reason.
So they have Medicare and Medicaid.
Yeah, there's a reason. Medicaid is a supplement to help support people who are at the poverty
Who's
level.
paying for that?
Medicaid? That's the government. Oh, let me be clear, since y'all better be voting.
We pay.
I got
The
my
state
check
government
already.
pays it, not the federal. That means you have to qualify in your state, and your state determines what the qualification is to get Medicaid. And it can change. So you can live here in South Florida, and you don't qualify in Texas
Exactly.
for Medicaid, because it varies from state to state. And Art, somebody running the state, decided not to accept
Yeah.
federal dollars to help poor people.
But that person can spend $12 million out of our state.
Money.
Some people
From a
to,
state he don't got no business in.
Thank you. Thank
so
you.
y'all better
Vote.
vote.
Vote. Vote. Vote. Vote. Vote. That's all I got to say. Thank you very much.